Hey guys, welcome to Movement Monday for another week. Today we're going to go through a movement of, again, importance, a movement that despite its ease is never really performed properly until shown, and then even then, you know, it can take a little while to get right. So today's movement is the squat. Okay, so again, wow, another impressive movement I'm going to show you all. But amazingly, over probably the last, I don't know, 100 or so years, as man has become less active, less, you know, is less required really to do anything in which case you're needing to squat up and down. Obviously, it's a skill that generally we don't really use anymore. So, you know, every single time someone comes through, you know, it's very rare. Again, I love to use that, but 9 times out of 10, you're normally going to find most people aren't able to get into a full deep squat and sit in that squat for more than you know, a few seconds to begin with. You know, here at the Real Fit Centre, it's pretty obvious, and by the time people have been here for a few months, they normally have got used to it and start getting into the right positions. But as I say, it takes that time to reprogram yourself to get back into sort of a normal range of motion with it. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you the squat, and then once I've shown you the squat, obviously start looking at some regressions we can do with it and get yourself moving a bit better. Okay, this will help every single person you know, feel and look better. If you can't get into a squat position, and as with last video, if you can't really do a proper push-up, you know, these two movements alone will start, you know, if you get practicing with them, they'll start making everything better. So first and foremost, we need to start looking at what the squat is. Okay, so when we were children, okay, up to about the age of about 3, 2.5, obviously, you know, when we started going to school, things started going wrong. But whenever anything was on the floor, as a baby, okay, like a plate, okay, to pick it up, what they do is, as a child, is they go down into the squat position, and then they go down and they pick up the thing, and they can play with it in that position for ages and be quite happy sitting in this position, and then they can stand back up again and move off and go and do their thing. Okay. You know, my kids, Eddie's 3, Amber is 1, and she obviously is starting now. She's starting to walk, so she's getting used to doing this. But obviously Eddie's been doing it for a long time. But I know in my heart of hearts that Eddie will start losing the skill as of now if I don't try and help him try and keep it and move on from there. As he starts to understand and move on and get older, then the importance of exercise is going to become more important for him. So first and foremost, you know, why can't we do it? Obviously, as I say, from that age of 3, when Eddie goes to school, what they're going to do is they're going to get him to sit on a chair, and the chair has been the death of all good movements since it was created. It's a fantastic piece of equipment, you know, for sitting your ass down and relaxing and things like that, but it's absolutely killing us as humans in terms of our health, of our well-being. Okay, so obviously a bodyweight squat, and to go below parallel on a bodyweight squat takes a lot of work, and to get used to sitting in that position again, it will take a lot of work. So you know, I'm not expecting everyone to be able to do arse to grass squats straight away, but the most important reason you want to be doing this now, before it's too late, is, you know, one day you are not going to be the age you are, whether you are in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, you know, your 70s even. You know, there's going to come a time when the skill of being able to squat is going to become massive. It's going to become probably the most important thing you're going to do in your life, because if you can't do things on your own, if you can't do things without assistance, then guess where you're headed. And you're heading to a home, you're heading somewhere when people need to help you get up and down, and when that starts to happen, your body will pretty much pack up from there, and you're going to feel, more so than anything else, pretty useless, that you can't even stand up and sit down anymore. And to prevent this from happening as close as possible, you know, you want to push that away. You know, the last thing you want to be able to not do is stand up and sit down. Okay, Pretty much, you know, the functionality of it, you know, you want to look at things like getting in and out of bed, okay, getting up and off the toilet, obviously, massive, okay, and just generally sitting up and standing, sitting up and standing down? Sitting down and standing up. Okay, so those are paramount skills that we do every day, you take for granted. But when you can't do them anymore, obviously that becomes a massive problem. So the first things first, what we really want to make sure you can do, okay, before we go into deep squats or anything else, you want to be able to literally walk up to a chair or an item, okay, and then from that position, you're looking to sit down on it. Nice sense of control. Ooh, there you go. As control as it can be. But you can sit down from there, and then from that position, being able to stand up. Okay? And that could be as simple as it is to start off with, okay? Obviously you can see that this position's, I'm breaking parallel a little bit, so it's a little bit of a cheat, but the idea is just standing up and sitting down on something to start with is a good indicator of how well you can, you can squat, okay? Because if you can't get down to this position without it really being a struggle to sit back down and then really a struggle to get yourself back up again, guess where you're headed, okay? You're heading to a land where it's going to be a lot of trouble to do the most basic things. So first and foremost, learning that squat is massively important. So over the series of the next couple of movement videos, what I'm going to start doing is we're going to start looking at progressions and regressions of the squats, okay? You know, starting from the humble air squat, starting to get you used to sitting in that position, and then from there we can build up, as I say, with the progressions of it, start looking at weighted squats, things that we can do to start getting stronger in those positions, and so, you know, making the squat much easier, okay? Until then though, guys, hopefully you found this first video interesting and it's something that you want to get into and something you want to start practicing yourself. And if you can already, you know, start thinking about getting into that parallel position, getting to that deep squat, deep body weight squat, again, as often as possible, daily if you can, but it's not going to be the be all and end all if you can't do it daily, but it's something you want to be able to build up to, okay? So I'll demonstrate that one more time, okay? This is the sort of positions we want to be getting into, guys. So your body weight squat, so standing from an upright position, okay? I'll go sideways so you can see it, okay? So you're sitting down into it, okay? Sit into that bottom position from there, and then standing up to the top, okay? That's the squat you want to be getting into, and you want to be able to do that fairly comfortable. So that's what we're going to build up to. That's what we're going to regress and progress to help you out and see which sort of level you're at. We'll start with regressions, obviously, for people, and then over the next video we'll start looking at progressions of the squat. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed. Share, like, follow, all the other things. UP Performance, we've got some great things coming up pretty soon. The efficiency strength system is really working with my athletes now and really coming into its own, so it's something that I'm really going to try and start pushing out there. And if you guys are interested, I'll give me a shout. Any other videos or anything else you want me to talk about, obviously give me a call and let me know, and I'll happily make a video on them. Just be awesome, guys. Have a great week. I'll see you later.